We'll begin our warm-up with the crab lift-offs or crab taps. You will have them lift off, opposite hand, opposite foot, or tap, opposite hand, opposite foot. The tapping helps for those who can't figure out how to lift them up properly. Same thing with our beast or our bear stance, as if they would bear crawl or beast crawl, opposite hand, opposite foot lift-offs, or hand to foot taps. Then, once you've finished your beast position, we're going to transition into our ape travels, into a nice catcher squat, reaching across in the direction you want to travel, hands pulling your feet past that pivot point, and make sure you lift your hands up after each rep so we can hold just for a sense of balance, just getting the whole body nice and warm here through some fluid movement. For our last ground activity, we'll begin with inchworm walks into 2 rotations. Make sure to ridge on the side of the feet, working on bulletproofing the ankles, making sure they understand their full range of motion, and either squat walking or forward fold walking all the way back. For every 1 inchworm, you can do a push-up and 2 rotations. Again, for the prescribed amount of reps that the trainer has set. Next is our side lunge to our single leg balance. We're really focused on that single leg being straight and that opposite leg pushing off into that high knee position, trying to minimize how much bend is coming from that straight leg. Here we begin our 7-way squat series. 5 reps with the feet directly underneath the hips. Then we will work in the sagittal plane with either the left or the right foot forward, trying to keep that back heel flat. Again, we're working for 3 to maybe 10 reps, depending on whatever is prescribed for the activity. Now we go into the frontal plane, wide feet positioning and narrow feet positioning. So we just hit our sagittal, now we're in our frontal. And then after we do our frontal, we'll go into our transverse or rotational. So here is external rotation or outward rotation, and then here is some inward rotation with the toes in. Clock lunges are executed with a forward lunge with each leg, a lateral lunge with each leg, a reverse lunge with each leg, and ending with a curtsy lunge or a dragon lunge with each leg. Making sure that the back heel stays up on both the forward and reverse lunges. With the lateral lunges, make sure that the base leg remains straight. With the same concept as the squats, now we're incorporating bunny hops in these 7 positions. Neutral, wide and narrow, external rotation, internal rotation, sagittal right bias, and sagittal left bias. Once you've finished your hops, go into a more gathered jump, spacing out your time just a little bit more and increasing the intensity, going through the same 7 planes of motion in each position. With our northern broad jumps, trying to land on the midfoot or the ball of the foot, trying to avoid landing on the heels, swinging the arms back, setting the hips back, and landing soft on the forefoot. With our southern facing broad jumps or reverse broad jumps, you're going to be executing the same position but really landing on the balls of your feet, using your hamstrings or the back of your legs to help decelerate and catch the body. Going into our east to west broad jumps, only focusing on landing on the forefoot, not super focused on landing with 2 or 1 foot, but just letting the athlete do as they please. Our light bulb rotations is our last piece for the shoulders, allowing them to pronate and supinate as well as extend and flex as the shoulder blades contract and then release, hitting 20 repetitions at least in each position, overhead, at shoulder height, and down by the hips.